Good evening, I'm Mark Cuevas and this is New Media Weekly. And my guest is creator, executive producer of the wildly popular and multi-award winning web series, Misbehave, Susan Bernhardt. Your relationship with Coldcast, how did you end up actually being on Coldcast?
That's a very interesting question because in my 1 year of having my, trying to decide how we were going to launch the show and produce it, Coldcast's name came up several times, so I knew about them. But again, I was just moving forward. I had decided, I'm moving forward. I don't know where it's going to go, but we're going to shoot this thing.
Right. So you decided no matter what,
I'm shooting it, and this is going to happen.
DIY.
But oh yeah. And we launched our first season trailer on YouTube in April 2010.
Right.
I was contacted by Coldcast within days.
Really?
So you never know exactly how they found it, but they found it and they contacted me. So they approached me. I knew about them. I was very interested in working with them, and they took our show on just like that.
I would imagine the show is very aggressive through the use of Facebook and tweeting.
Very aggressive, and most of that is me.
Right.
I spend my life tweeting and Facebooking, and it has definitely helped to build our audience. I mean, you never get to the point where you're completely satisfied with your audience. I mean, we always can use more, but I've tried to incorporate as much as I can do myself.
Right. How do you view web television? Do you feel that it's a gateway to conventional television? Do you feel it's a gateway to being able to find your way into the movie industry? Because if you have a popular web series, you could parlay that into the larger markets.
I think it's very much the same as indie music, the indie music scene when it came on about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Yes and no. I think it will always have its own place, its own platform, its own, outlet. But at the same time, yes, of course, some have translated over to television.
Right.
But it seems the ones that translate to television are the ones that have a bigger name attached.
Right. So far, it's been the celebrities who use the
Exactly. I think it's still an excellent platform to start any kind of independent production. And as a person that has watched actors struggle with finding work as our whole industry has changed, that it's one of the best ways to make things happen for yourself, because work begets work.
Right.
So if your name is out there and you're attached to something that it shows success, people still want you for other things.
Where do you see the web series and the medium of web-based television going in the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, I see, as it's translated and changed, obviously content right now is getting longer and longer formats. My third season, I've written it so that every episode is 10 to 12 minutes.
Right.
My first and second season was written to be 6 to 9 minutes. So we're expanding episodes. I think a lot of web series creators are doing the same.
Do you envision a day where 15, 20 minutes will be a norm?
I think so, because, people are watching network television, on their laptops. And I think as things change and our regular televisions all become more web friendly, they're going to be watching everything.
Right.
Will come streaming out of the internet, and our shows right now, Coldcast has relationships with Roku and all these different players that come directly into your television. So
it's a natural extension.
Exactly, it's a natural extension.
Obviously, when you have a high quality product, you want more, not less.
When I envisioned Misbehave and we created it, we never created it to look like your typical, here's your geeky web television show, which I love them. I watch them as well, but it was always meant to translate to television. That it was intended to look like television, but just in a smaller episodes.